Hello, this is Sable Guy, and I just finished playing through Spellbearers, and I saw that no one's reviewed it officially, and while I'm by all means probably definitely not a good reviewer, I'm going to try and do it anyways to be the first to. So, let's begin. The clips I'll be using are from my full playthrough of the game, which I made in a separate video, which you can watch. I'll probably add in the description or something. I'll start with the story since it's the simplest. The Spellbearers are the protectors of justice in the land of Spellborn, and somebody's making trouble, and it's up to them to stop whoever or whatever's going on. Not exactly the not exactly an award-winning concept, but it's pretty much an arcade game. Do you really even need a story for those? So the Spellbearers have got some work to do now, which brings us to the most important part of the game itself, the gameplay. It plays as a dual stick shooter, meaning that one control stick allows you to move while the other control stick has you aim and shoot. Unfortunately, this brings us to the first flaw in the game. You can only actually shoot in 8 directions. Normally a game like this would have fluid movement, where you're able to look completely around in a circle, but you there's only a specific diagonal point that you can look at, which hinders your aim significantly. It might not seem like much when playing in such a crowded area, but it's several times my aim has failed just by the tiniest bit. This aiming flaw forces you to have to stand in the center of the room, lest you sacrifice actually landing your hits, which you need all your hits to land when you're surrounded. If one shot misses, you're likely to be toast. One thing that makes the game stand out from other twin stick shooters are its power-ups or its spells. They allow you to shoot lightning, fireballs, have bladed energy shields, and other wacky stuff like that. So, simple. You walk into a room, clear out all the enemies in a room, and then move on to the next one. Or choose which one you're going to move on to in rare cases. Each level also has a Legend of Zelda-esque secret room in it, but there's only one in each level, so it's not really all that complicated or notable. But, there is searching for the secret room in each level, in addition to the 2 routes you can take with each level. So, just like with Legend of Zelda, once you get to the end of the dungeon/level, now comes on the mysterious, misty final boss. Or boss of the level, I should say, where you have to use strategy and simple puzzles to figure out how to beat them. So, rinse, repeat, and there's the whole game. One thing I feel the game is missing that it technically sort of has is an ultimate power. You know how in some games you have like a one-use power that destroys all enemies on screen, like the smart bomb, and you have to plan to use it at only the most urgent times when they're the most needed. What I mean by saying it's already in there is that there's a power up. I'm gonna call it just the Twister, where you pick it up and it sends 3 tornadoes across the screen and decimating everything in their path, and also grants you invincibility. The only thing that doesn't make it an ultimate power is that you don't use it on demand. You have to pick it up and then it's just used automatically like an electricity power or something else. If it was you hold 3 or so of them and you could only use like 1 per room or something like that, it would add a more strategic element to the game. Like, do you use your twisters in the early rooms to stop from dying, or do you save them all for the final boss? So, in the end, I'm going to say the game was you know, I'm giving it an out of question mark. It was fun. It's the thing that like I mentioned, I didn't like how it wasn't fluid. You couldn't move completely circularly and aim circularly, and that kept getting me unnecessary deaths that could have been avoided if there was the fluid circular aim system involved. So there's my review. I wouldn't pay $20 for it, which is its Steam price tag, but maybe that's just because I'm a cheapskate. I paid $10 for it at Level Up Expo, and I feel like that's a fair price. Plus, I got the pin that I keep showing off in these videos. So, if I piqued your interest, you can go buy it now on the Steam store for $20, and maybe we can play together, as I need somebody to watch my back if I'm going to play it on hard. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and maybe check out another one of my videos, like me playing through the full game. Alright, bye bye.